Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Note to Self. Today's episode is what to do when you're triggered. This is one I know we all need because let's be real, no matter how much inner work we do, we still get triggered sometimes. Those moments when your heart starts racing, your breath shortens, your thoughts start spiraling, and you either want to scream, shut down, or run away. That's your nervous system sounding the alarm that a trigger is present. So what do you actually do in that moment? How do you regulate in real time when you feel emotionally hijacked? Well, today I'm going to break it down step by step. So let's start with identifying what a trigger actually is. Because a trigger isn't just something that annoys you, it's something that pulls you out of the present and into an old emotional wound, something from the past. It's like your nervous system is saying, this feels like that thing from before, danger. Even if what's happening now isn't actually a threat to you. So an example could be you text your friend something vulnerable and they don't reply right away. Your body panics. Suddenly your mind is telling you stories like they're mad at me, I said too much, I'm too much. I think this is something we can all relate to. And it's not actually about the delayed reply. It's about that deep fear of being abandoned, rejected, or not good enough. When this happens, your amygdala, the fear center of the brain, takes over. Logical thinking goes offline, and that's why it feels like your body is on fire and your thoughts are irrational. It's like someone pressed play on an old emotional movie and suddenly you're reliving a scene that you didn't consciously choose. So here are some signs that you're in a triggered state or a trigger is starting to arise in the body. Your breath becomes shallow, your chest tightens, you feel the need to defend, shut down, or escape, and your thoughts become black and white, such as I can't trust anyone or they never listen to me. So an example here could be your partner says, I need some space. And even though they say it lovingly, your body takes it as rejection. You feel abandoned. And in that moment, you want to cling or lash out. That's a trigger. It's like your inner child suddenly took the wheel while adult you is locked in the trunk. A younger version of you begins to take over your entire system. So let's talk about what to do when you feel this happening, how to regulate in real time. Step 1 is to pause and breathe. Your first job is to stop the spiral. Pause whatever you're doing, even if it's mid-conversation, and consciously take a breath. Try inhaling for 4, holding for 2, and exhaling for 6. This is a great way to quickly begin to calm the nervous system. And when you're pausing and beginning to bring conscious awareness to your breath, one thing that I like to remind myself of when I'm beginning to get triggered and that amygdala is activating is that the focus is best spent inside the body, not inside the mind. The more energy that we feed the mind, the faster the spiral and the intrusive, unsupportive thoughts are going to keep activating. And if we can bring our conscious awareness into our body and focus on our breath, that will support us in shifting our energetic state much more quickly. And it's also important to note that longer exhales activate your parasympathetic nervous system. And this is your calm state. So the longer you can exhale, imagining the uncomfortable energy leaving your body, the faster you'll come back to that state of inner peace. It's like pulling the emergency brake on a runaway train. You begin to slow the momentum before it crashes. Something you can say to yourself in your mind or out loud if it feels like it's an okay place and a safe space to do so is I'm safe. I do not need to react right now. I can come back to my body. So if the mind is going to start saying things, start to bring awareness to saying things that will support you shifting out of that activated state and into a place of feeling calmness, peace, and safety. The next step is to name it and ground. So now that you've paused, name the feeling that you're experiencing. It could be, I feel scared, I feel unseen, I feel angry. You don't need to fix it, just name it. Research shows that just naming an emotion reduces the brain's fear response. Name it to tame it is a good way to remember this. And once you've brought awareness to the feeling and you've separated yourself from it, again, not identifying, not I am scared, I feel scared, or I feel unseen, not I am unseen. When you start to separate yourself from it, you're already bringing yourself even closer to that state of inner peace. So next, it's time to ground. So a fast, quick, easy way to ground is to tune into your senses. That brings you back to the present moment. And you can try a method that's called the 5-4-3-2-1 method. And that is identifying 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 you can smell, 1 you can taste. So an example of this could be, I'm sitting on the couch, I see sunlight, I hear the birds, I feel the texture of the pillow, I can smell my coffee, right? Starting to just bring conscious awareness to where you are in that present moment. That's going to be, again, fastest way to get you back to the present moment and the peaceful moment. It's like you're anchoring yourself like a ship during a storm, so the waves don't carry you away. You remain rooted in yourself. Step 3 is to soothe and choose. So now that your system is more settled, give yourself what you needed in that original wound. This is so key because the more and more that you can do this for yourself, the more and more that you can meet your needs on this level, you will dissolve triggers. You will show yourself that you are safe, seen, and heard in whatever is causing this reactivity in the body. And the next time a trigger arises such as this, you'll notice you feel less of that potent energy about it until it dissolves completely. This is and can be known as inner child healing, or just some type of level of healing the past. So something that you can do that's very easy, I do this all the time, is to place a hand on my heart, or you can place one on your stomach and say something loving like, I've got you. It's okay to feel this. You're not alone. I love you. One thing that I personally often tell myself through triggers is, it's okay. However long it takes, I'm here for you. I've got you. And what I like about acknowledging that however long it takes is because I personally in the past have struggled with feeling like I needed to fix my emotions. I needed to transform my state immediately. And what I found was that the more patience I offered myself in my affirmations and soothing those triggered parts of myself, the more and more of the activated energy I was able to alchemize or dissolve in my triggers until I reached a state, or have reached even more of a state of peace and calm, and not actually getting those buttons pushed anymore. So it's important to realize that often triggers aren't about that moment in front of you again. It's about a part of you that didn't feel heard as a child, or seen as a child, or loved as a child. And you're soothing that part. And when that part of you is seen and heard, you have the opportunity to then consciously choose your response in that next moment. You can ask yourself, what does my highest self want to do next? What's a loving response, not a reactive one? And you can start to take action from the self-aware you in the present day versus that younger child version of you. So it's like you've moved from being the actor caught in the drama to being the calm director, consciously choosing the next scene. And that's always the goal, because when we can recognize that we have the power of conscious choice, we feel free. So in those moments where we feel triggered, a common feeling is feeling trapped. And so when we recognize that, okay, I've got myself, I'm calming down, how do I want to be in this next moment? And when we choose the path of our highest self, like let's say we choose to respond in a loving way versus a reactive way, we feel amazing. Even if it feels like kind of sticky to, be the bigger person or step up and level up in that way in that moment. In hindsight, you're going to feel like such a badass because you've grown, you've evolved, and you've been a much more conscious version of yourself. And again, the more and more that you act in alignment with your highest self in these moments, the more quickly you dissolve triggers. There's been things that used to trigger me so much in the past that just don't faze me anymore. And it's because I took these action steps and I consciously decided that I no longer wanted to be consistently reacting to my life. I wanted to be consciously choosing how I show up in my life. So the truth is, triggers show us where we're not free. And when we apply a step-by-step process to regulate ourselves, we free ourselves. We free past versions of ourselves so that present and future us can just feel absolutely limitless and unstoppable. Every single time you pause, breathe, and show up for yourself, you rewire your nervous system. You build trust and you take your power back. So if this episode resonated with you, send it to someone you love. And if you're ready to go deeper into this kind of inner work, I'd love to support you inside of a private coaching container or an upcoming mastermind that I'm about to launch in the next month called the Radiance Code. All the links will be in the show notes, and I would love to hear from you. So until next time, breathe, regulate, and remember, you are the one that you've been waiting for, and you can heal.